I'm not gonna like this. I'm not gonna like this. I see it.
Yes, ma'am. Naquita, North Carolina,
Naquita.
29 years old, works from home, is a Libra, mom to 4. Have you ever been married?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Naquita. What kind of man you looking for, boo?
Just a God-fearing man.
I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen. So much.
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast. I'm your host, Michael May, and today, y'all know I love Kendra's shows. Big shout out to her, fair use to her too. A lot of her shows be having me crying. I be on the floor like dying, like hilarious. Listen, it's crazy how women really try their best to be delusional. Not get better, but to stay. Women rather fight to stay delusional than to really make better life choices, y'all. I want to get into this, man. Shout out to Kendra. Y'all already know what time it is, man. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Like the video, turn notifications. Y'all already know, man. Let's get right into this. Now, I didn't watch this one yet. When my boy did, he said, "Yo, fam, you have to do a response to this." I said, bro, come on, man. Don't set me up like that. He said, "Nah, bro, you're going to be crying." I said, all right, bet. Let's watch this then. Let's go.
Your name is Naquita, right?
Naquita.
Yo, her name is Naquita. Wow. Your mom and dad, they did you dirty. Super dirty.
Yes,
Naquita,
ma'am.
where you call me from, sweetie?
Lenore, North Carolina.
North Carolina. You mentioned kids. How many kids you have, baby girl?
I have 4.
4 kids. How old are your children?
I have a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 4-year-old.
They all by the same man?
No, ma'am.
How many men?
3.
3.
Here we go again. All her children are under the age of 12. 3 different men. I already don't like this video. We gonna rock though. We gonna rock.
3. Why not with the 3-year-old dad?
He played too many games.
Okay.
So she couldn't see that he plays too many games before she gave him a child. Fellas, this is the reason why we speak to y'all guys the way that we do, man. These women are they're leaning on their own understanding.
What about, does the 3-year-old dad and the 4-year-old have the same dad?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so why not?
The 3-year-old and the 4-year-old don't have the same father. Yo, we are 50 seconds in this video. I'm not gonna make it.
The 7-year-old and the 4-year-old have the same dad.
So why not with the guy you had the 4-year-old and the 7-year-old guy?
He got on the drugs and
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway
Please
Sales
excuse the
Event.
commercials,
Now's
man.
the time to get in and get away.
just started. He was really abusive and stuff like that.
You want to know why I find this hard to believe, y'all? Cause when chicks talk like, you know, like, and stuff like that, and like, you know, he was really abusive, and like, you don't know what happened. You can't just speak the facts. I don't believe her.
Yeah, so I just packed up one day and left and just never looked back.
Okay. This the best light you have, baby? It might be fine. Let me see.
Let me see.
Sometimes the thing is, I have a ring light, so my ring light and the playback, it might be fine. Let me just see how it looks. Okay, it seemed like this is something better.
I don't know, maybe it is.
Why she keep playing with this fake hair that she got on her head? I don't understand. Like,
I'm trying. I look a mess. I ain't got no lash. I just took my lashes and everything out.
Well, girl, you know you pushed the request.
I just took my lashes. Like, what the fly? What in the?
Call me.
You're right.
Okay.
I did not think you was gonna pick me though.
Child, I know everybody. It's the number one saying. I didn't think you was gonna pick me. So why? Okay, let me ask you a question. So if you ain't think you was gonna get picked, why you pushed the request?
I don't know.
What's the thought process behind that?
I just said I'm gonna take a chance and see.
So you knew that you could get picked, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Let's keep going. Naquetta, how old are you?
I'm 28. Well, 29. I just turned 29 October the 5th.
Okay, you're 20.
Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Throw this whole bitch in the garbage. She's 28 years old and 4 kids by 3 different dudes. Pick her up. No, she doesn't need the garbage. She needs find an incinerator coming by on the trucks and throw it in there so she can go straight to the fucking garbage place, B. This is crazy. Bro. This is what I be telling y'all dudes, man. Stop throwing y'all fucking dicks in these little dirty, dusty fucking chicks. Bro, you mean to tell me that y'all guys is leaving your semen, your genes, your generations in this woman right here? Her here?
All right, what do you do for a living?
I work from home.
Okay, what do you
Like credit card fraud, stuff like that.
And what's your zodiac sign?
Libra.
All right, so this is Naquetta, correct?
No.
I think it's already funny, yo, that chicks be taking this sign stuff way too serious. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Leo. I'm the best sign in the world. I'm like, man, if you don't take your raggedy ass on, oh man, oh boy, I'm not gonna like this. I see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Naquetta, North Carolina.
Naquetta.
29 years old, works from home, is a Libra, mom to 4. Have you ever been married?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Naquetta. What kind of man you looking for, boo?
Just a God-fearing man.
I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done. I'm done. This is what I be telling y'all dudes, B. Y'all dudes be letting these chicks use God like a get out of jail free card She doesn't deserve no man of God. What in the... Yo, Ev, man, screw you, bro. Screw you, dogs. You said this video was gonna be fire, bro. Screw you, dogs. This is crazy. She want a God-fearing man. Why do women get ran through, have all these babies by all these dirty dick Rodney niggas, and then they want to turn around, Lord, Heavenly Father, praise Jesus. The fuck out of here with these dirty, dusty bitches. Bro. Relax, Mike. I got you, man. I word up for him. Right, cool. I feel like I'm gonna be wasting my time. How?
A hard worker, no street dudes, because I've dealt with street dudes. I don't want no street dudes. Like,
Yo, she just, bro, this is, fellas, look at me. Y'all better start growing some fucking balls. I'm sick of you little bitch pussy ass niggas. Cause now she's tired. Remember the video I showed you guys before? And that's you. That's you, lady. Whenever a woman now wants to sit here, now there are some women who really like, I'm a man of God, don't get it twisted. Like, I'm just pissed right now. I need you to understand something. When I see women like this, it's because they're already broken. Fellas, they're already broken. I know women who are 30, no children, no anything, and they're broken. Their spirit is broken. There is no coming back. This one right here, she said no street dudes. I already dealt with that. Now she want a God-fearing man. Why? To get bored of the God-fearing man who does things the right way, who has structure, who has rules, who has ways of getting things done, for you to leave him and go back to the street dudes? Come on, man.
drug dealers. I don't want to do that no more. Just somebody who will go to church. They don't have to go every Sunday, but somebody that's willing to go to church with me at least sometimes. Somebody who communicates very well, understanding. Somebody that knows that I can't be around them 24/7 because I got kids. At the beginning,
Isn't it funny? Now, hear me out, y'all. Now, she did say something that I got to give her credit for. My wife always says something about me. She says, one of the greatest things I love about you is your ability to communicate with me. The way you talk. Fellas, sometimes you have to speak to your woman. Fellas, we are called to be teachers to our women. So that means that you have to do what? To talk. You have to learn. Now, yes, it's not fair. I was paid to go to school to communicate and be effective, learn how to speak on principal points, how to break things down to the bare minimum. So I have a little bit more patience. So just remove me from the equation, but I'm still a part of it because I try to help men understand that sometimes it's going to take you talking a little bit more than you want to. You understand? It can't just be that you sit here and tell her one thing and she's going to get it the first time. It doesn't work like that. Because remember, fellas, hear me out. Pay attention. Women always need headship. They always need headship. If you don't understand that, you're already lost. Women always need headship. there has to always be somebody in power over the woman. If there is not, she's a lost case. Look what history shows us. Single parent households, women that tend to come from single parent households and there's no real male figure over the top of them, whether a grandfather, an uncle, a stepdad or something, it tends to be lost cases. And there are some women who have their fathers, and there are some women who their fathers, they rather be more party fathers and more fun dads than actually be fathers to their daughters. But we're not gonna get into that right now. I'm gonna hurt a lot of y'all. But let's keep on rock. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Because I ain't gonna have nobody around my kids off gate, you know. So just somebody who understands that I have kids and, you know, that can take their time with me.
Okay, well, let's take the time.
See? Now. But you see what she wants? So she wants you to come in and you got to take your time. Now, I told you ladies this before. Now, fellas, step aside. I ain't talking to you. Ladies, come on. I'm talking to you. Hear me out. Understand something. Listen, ladies. Ladies. Understand. The more and more a man has to teach you to be a woman, if that man is not there, the more a man has to correct certain behaviors. Just be prepared for him to lose a certain level of attraction towards you. I'm not saying that you can't restore it and get it back, but you have to understand that there's going to be a certain level of attraction that we lose. Why? Because the tedious task of having to get you here, get you to the point where we need you guys to get to, it does tamper with the way we look at you and how attractive we find you, because now it's like we got to do all the work. But fellas, don't take that and try to run with it. Don't do that, because the Bible tells us, and I like to use biblical principles, though I may not always express it like that, but I want you to understand the Bible tells us as men, we are supposed to, listen, we are supposed to present our wife to ourselves. I showed you, go back and look at the video. Miles Monroe, when he said, and this is a fact, the Bible tells us, the woman that you're looking for does not exist, fellas. The woman that you're looking for, she's in your head. What you're supposed to do is take the woman that you got and cultivate her into being the woman that's in your head. This is the reason why when women always have issues, I always tell you guys, women tend to feel like they're losing themselves. Like every man she gets with, she loses herself. Yes, that's the process. That's what's supposed to happen. So if you listen to any other dating coach and tell you anything other than that, tell them to go kiss your ass. Because what happens is this. Yes, though you're your own person, but that identity is supposed to be sealed in that man. Do you understand why every man loves differently? So you can't just take one formula and run it for all. But as a man, yes, you are supposed to cultivate the woman that's in your brain into the woman that you see in front of you. This is the reason why they say dating an older woman is a little tough, because it's hard for her to break bad habits. The older she is, the harder it is to break those habits, because now she's set in her ways. That's why they tell you to date younger women. Do you understand what I'm saying now? I understand that that's kind of hard for you guys, but I want you to understand what she did say. She needs somebody who's going to be patient, somebody who's going to be able to walk through the steps with her. I don't see most men being willing to do it. That's a lot of work. That's 28, 29 years old, 10 children. In 10 years, she got 4 kids by 3 different dudes. That's too much breakage for me. I don't have time for that. And I'm pretty sure any man who's really serious about himself and his life won't take her seriously. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Now, I do want to say a big shout out. There was a lady that one time, back in the day, me and this girl Faye, we used to have a little show on Instagram. It was on Tuesdays, and this one lady came up and said, I don't need me no strong man. I don't need me no man that's ambitious out there running around. She goes, because at my age, I don't need to be worried about all the other options that a man has. That was crazy, but it was the realest thing I ever heard in my life. Definitely one of the realest things I ever heard. Because she's like, I don't want to have to sit here and compete and fight with another woman over the man that I have, because men of value tend to bring in more women, more female attention, and she's too old to deal with that. She can't even compete with these younger chicks. See, y'all not ready. She's gonna have to settle, and for her, she has to understand the man that she gets, she's not settling for him. Yeah, though she's gonna have to bring her standards down. In that sense, she's gonna be settling. But the man that gets with her will be settling for her. For her. See, because hear me out. When a man is up here and a chick is down here, women say that this is the come up. This is the come up. Nobody sits here and says, oh, a man is dating a dusty. This bitch is a dusty. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. This bitch is dusty. Because then when the roles is reversed, women are naturally hypergamous. So if a woman is above you like this, and I'm saying as an overall life, everything like mentality, spirituality, everything. If she's above you and you're down here, she's dating a dusty. When women will be quickly like, girl, that's a dusty. So when the roles is reversed, she's a dusty. Feel what I'm saying? I keep telling you fellas, stop dealing with these dusty, outback, fucking dumpster juice chicks right here. These chicks is not worth it, y'all. But let's keep rocking and rolling, man. I'm already pissed.
You have children. Could he have kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want more kids?
No, ma'am. Unless I was to get married and my husband was like, he wanted one. That's the only way I would have another one. But other
I need to get my stream deck done. I need that. Oh, the humanity, because this is crazy. Now she don't want no more kids unless she's married. Well, she ain't gonna have no more kids. Now, fellas, hear me out. Only women, see, ready? This is one of the pros and cons that I'm always speaking about. Only women get to throw their whole life away and come back and say, I'm revived now. Now that I know better, I do better. But last time I checked, didn't they say women mature faster than men? That's a fucking lie. Stop listening to that bullshit. You wanna know why? Once women understand what their sexual value marketplace is at, where they value, where they rank, they stop maturing because they understand that part is all they need to get where they need to be in life, y'all. And it isn't until they reach the age where, damn, now they don't have the attention anymore. They don't have the access anymore. Now they want to become smart. All of a sudden, they professors. They in psychology majors. Get the fuck out of here, man.
than that, no, ma'am.
Okay. Fair enough. I want you to answer this question because you are a mom of 4 by 3 different men. Why wasn't marriage a requirement before?
I didn't see it growing up. My mom was married twice, but when I was younger, I never really thought about getting married because I really didn't see it. My mom's the same, she got 5 kids, 5 different baby daddies. So
Hold on. Time out. 1, I take everything I said back. I ain't calling her. I take back the dusty part, even though she has dusty tendencies and behaviors. I'm taking all that back. Because for her, this is the first, see, I didn't see this video. This is the first woman to actually sit here and actually want to admit it. Like, yo, I never seen it. So I don't know what y'all guys is talking about. You know what I'm saying? I never seen a healthy relationship. Now I'm fortunate enough to have seen healthy relationships and unhealthy relationships. See, but now as a man, I'm just smart enough to understand what it is that I want and what I don't want. You understand what I'm saying? And this is one thing about being a man. A man, you have to constantly keep educating yourself. Once you stop thinking, once you stop growing as a man, you're lost. Hold up. In case that's the wife telling me that my food is ready to go pick up. I have to go pick up the groceries. Oh. That's my fellas. You know what I'm saying? Listen, 90% of all my homies, and I don't got 1 or 2, 3, 4 homies. When I say I got homies spread out through the whole country, even in other countries, like homies, family, married. 90% of my guys are married. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want y'all to understand, like, but I've taken the time to educate myself. The problem is this: most women are educated in the books. They're not educated in life. There is nothing that these colleges are going to give you to prepare you for life. Here's the difference. See what I'm saying? So I kind of got to take a step back. I kind of wowed out on her, even though she kind of still does deserve it. But for her to be able to come forward and say it like that, like the other guys didn't, and I'm happy that Kendra ain't afraid to ask these tough questions neither. But let's keep rocking and rolling now.
Mom is what?
She has 5 kids. There's 5 of us. 5.
I told y'all. These are called generational curses. Moms, listen, I know I ain't quoting it correctly, but the Bible says something about that. A woman will pass down her pain through her children, through her bosoms. I want you to understand, women tend to pass pain down to generation. Why? Because now her kids is going to be the same way. Remember, the Bible says it. Not only will I, because you choose ignorance, I'm not only gonna curse you, I'm gonna curse your kids and your kids' kids. Like, it's a generational thing. Especially when you hear these old women, oh, men ain't shit, men is dogs, and men is. What do you think you're teaching the next line of women coming down the court? What do you think the men are gonna grow up to be? Ain't shit. They're gonna be dogs, like you said. Come on, man. Like, look at me. All the men in my family drink. All of them drink. Excuse me, I mean, I hit the mic. All of them drink. All of them has something. I refuse to do that. Some dudes were abusive. I refuse to do that. See, but it took me a lot to break some of these curses. It took me a lot. So what happens is this. Sometimes people tend to feel like, oh, you think you better than us because XYZ. It ain't that I think. Is that I just chose to do things and handle it better than they did. So their personal feelings about how I'm choosing to do things bothers them. It is what it is. But let's keep rocking.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
And so, I don't know. I don't think I knew what love was. And when I would go through situations with men, I would just cut them off. Like, I would just.
And I tell you this all the time, y'all. Most women never seen a man. Let alone most women never really dealt with a godly man. The only version of a man that most women have ever really seen is the men that are laying on top of them. That is it. And it's sad because some women out here are missing out on really good opportunities with real good men because these men got standards. You're not going to be in the club. No, you're not going to hot girl summer. No, you're not going to be traveling with your girls. And hell no. Oh, you're controlling, insecure. Fellas, please be okay with being labeled everything in the world, B. You're misogynist. You're insecure. That's little dick energy. No problem. That's cool. That's all right. I'm with that. Hey, I'd rather be that than be them. Hear me out, fellas. I'd rather be that than be them.
I wouldn't stay and go through things. As I got older, I learned that sometimes you got to go through some things. Nobody's perfect. Like,
right?
When guys would do stuff or act a certain way, I would just cut them off.
Okay. Fair enough. We were just talking about this today, that I feel like, if you don't have an example of marriage, then you might not know how to go after it or get it. This is why I'm trying to showcase more married people on this show, but not to go off tangent. So now that you are a mom, you realize that marriage is a requirement?
not necessarily a requirement, but it gives me something to work towards.
Okay.
Like,
We're using way too many platforms for work. We should just use Monday.com.
We're not using that many.
HR, CRM.
yeah, basically, it made me just respect myself. Like, I want to set an example for my daughters now that I have children. So I don't want them to go off of what I did and the mistakes that I made. I just want to set a better example for them. Because
Now, I do got to say this, though. Big shout out to KS. I want y'all to understand something. KS said something one time. He said, sometimes women are so broken down like this that you might as well just stay the way you are. Because by the time she needs a man to teach her, y'all. A man's gonna have to come in and teach her how to be the woman that he needs. That's gonna be a task. She has a 3-year-old. That's minimum 20 years of putting in work. Y'all don't understand this, man. Y'all don't understand this, man. This is really serious. This is the reason why, fellas, we tell y'all guys, don't save these women. Because some women, in order for them to get to where they need to be in life to really find a successful relationship, hear me out. It'll take them minimum 5 years, maybe more. For that, just stay the way you are. Stay the way you are. Just keep getting ran through, sleep with all the guys. Why? Because for you to change, for a man to really take you seriously, by the time you get to where you need to be, too many years has passed by. That's true.
Some people may think like, oh, she's a hoe, or oh, she don't respect herself, or oh, they judge you when they hear stuff like that. So I just want to set a better example for them, just to let them know, like,
I respect what she wants to do.
What a man brings, but every man is going to take you through things. No man is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So just make better decisions, and when you laying down with them, use protection. Get to know somebody very well before you just, give yourself to them.
I understand. Okay. Feels like you learned a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like you learned a lot. All right.
The hard way.
Niquita.
Niquita.
I said it right. Niquita. Yes, okay. What are your deal breakers? You told me already?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Somebody who don't take care of their kids if they have children. I can't respect that. I can't respect the man who don't take care of his kids. I feel like if you don't care for your kids, then how can you care for anybody or anything?
And I will say this. I do have a 13-year-old son. All I have is boys. God hasn't given me the ability to get a girl yet. But I will say this. My boys, the ones that I do have access to, I have 4 boys. One I don't have access to, you know what I'm saying? One, his mom she's on the run. It is what it is. I want you to understand. My boys know who I am. Like, we talk. Even now, my boy here, my youngest, he is like, I can't see how some of these stories I hear about guys just like, I don't know, man. Some of these stories I hear about guys like not wanting to be around their children and things of this nature. Like, even me, I was in a position where one of my kids' moms, I even told her, because I left out of New York City, so I offered her to come, leave. Like, where I'm at is like, it's super beautiful. It's a whole different field. But some people, they just want to stay where they are in life. And some people, you have to just let them be where they want to be in life, y'all. no matter how much you love, no matter how much you care, whatever the case may be, people, you have to let them be where they gonna be in their life. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, but I hear stories about guys who they just up and ran out on their kids. I'll never understand dudes like that. Never. Never. Absolutely never, ever, ever would I ever understand shit like that. That shit is weird. But I'm also a victim of somebody who a woman was upset because I chose not to deal with her. So she ran. So I can't do anything about that. You know what I'm saying? Even when I went to the courthouse, like, I cried in front of that judge. You know what I'm saying? My family was there. Like, they seen me fight and they were like, she's in hiding. They were like, but she does have a warrant out for her arrest. If anytime anything ever happens and we snatch her, boy, we're going to come looking for you because it's going to go down. Like, she was served and everything and just been on the run. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were some women who they do that. Now, I'll never get it. I'll never understand it. Never, ever, 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 ever understand how dudes could just vanish on their kids like that. Never, never. That shit is weird to me. Crazy.
Somebody who doesn't respect their mother. Because I feel like if you don't respect your mom, you won't respect me. Like, who am I if you don't respect your mother? And
I do have to understand that. Because though my mom passed away when I was younger, but I respect, like, I'm telling y'all, everybody that I'm cool with. Listen, it's like 50 of us that we like this. And I know my homies' moms and grandmas and uncles, and I treat their moms, they treat me like a son. I treat them like their moms. You know what I'm saying? I have a whole bunch of beautiful women and moms of examples in my life. Now, I'm blessed. I mean, not everybody has that. I can't. This is why sometimes it's very hard for me to remove myself from the situation because I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I could go make phone calls to as many women, mothers, aunts, and families that I have access to. Like, bruh, like I've always had. And then not only that, my fellas, whenever I was slacking in life, my fellas would tell me, yo, fam, yo, get your shit together. This girl ain't got no friends. Like, you can tell she ain't got no real friends, you know what I'm saying? Where her uncles at? Where her grandparents is at? You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is the problem too. Where are the families that are behind these girls? Let me tell you something. I have a daughter. Hear me out. Big shout out to my man Ricky, B. My man Ricky, hear me out. My man, all he got is daughters. My man can't land a son to save his life. I think me and him are just like, I don't know what God is doing. He got all girls, I got all boys. Hear me out. Let something happen to one of my nieces. Hear me out. The type of dudes that would show up for my nieces, I don't even have to talk to my nieces. I don't even have to talk to them. If my brother Ricky comes and says, yo, some of y'all know him as Cheeky Thing, but Cheek, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, my family tree is extensive. My street pole is extensive. So that's why I try to stay out the way, because I know if somebody crosses me and I make a phone call, I don't know how that's going to work out for y'all guys. But hear me out. If he called and something happened to one of his daughters, bro, I feel bad for the person on the other side of the spectrum, B. I feel awful. I feel awful. I feel awful. Awful. Hear me out. Hear me out. I ain't gonna talk about that. I ain't trying to incriminate myself. But let's hear me out. There were times my son is a very tall kid. You know what I'm saying? So whether he's in the 5th grade, 6th grade, whatever, 7th grade, 8th grade, he's usually the tallest kid in the school. So people would pick on him. And I'll never forget the one time that I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna call him Wolverine, because those that know who Wolverine is, yeah, those that know him, yeah, know my little brother. He's a nut. Him, we showed up to my son's school. Mind you, my son's in school, and I say, "Yo, where's this person at?" So we ran up on the parents. When I tell you, I had 50 dudes with me just to speak to a child's parents. I heard that the child left the school. Let me tell you something. Y'all gotta protect y'all kids, man. Now I get it. She wanna try to protect her kids. I get that now. But for a man to come in and try to protect this right here, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. You know what she would have to do? You know what she would have to do? I would make her sign over the rights to those children to me if I was to take her seriously and get married, and I would let her know, if I'm going to raise these kids, I'm taking on these children. These children are going to be mine. These are my kids. You're going to have to fight for these. These are my children legally. I'm telling y'all, man, there are ways to go about it.
Just somebody who like a liar. I don't like a liar.
No lie.
I feel the same way too.
Could he be in North Carolina? No, does he have to be in North Carolina?
He don't have to be in North Carolina.
Oh, she doesn't have to. Okay.
I would rather him be in North Carolina because if I'm traveling, I'm taking my kids with me. So I would rather just so we can take it slow. I'd rather him be local, so I ain't got to do a lot of moving around.
Okay.
You see, if she's traveling, she gotta take her kids with her. You see, fellas? And some of these ladies will never understand this. Like, we gotta take on the children. But what do we get back in return as men that are taking on this responsibility? Nothing.
What's the age range you would date? You're 29.
29 to 35.
29 to 35. Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
I like dark skinned men, dreadheads, pretty smile. I might need to stay away from that though. But I like dark.
Is that what your 3 baby daddies? They were dark skinned and dreads?
Well, my last one, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, you said that's what you might need to stay away from me. What about money? Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Just as long as he can take care of himself. I don't really care about money.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra.
You see, she has to come down, and I'm happy. See, at least she's realistic. This is why I had to rewind a little bit, because it was crazy. The beginning, I'm sorry, y'all. The beginning, I came out swinging, because that was crazy in the beginning.
I got a little something. I ain't too big, ain't too small. Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Okay, keep the phone steady,
Naquita.
Oh my goodness. Quita. All right, Naquita, when was your last relationship?
2019.
2019. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
About a month ago.
Was that?
See, this is the problem, y'all. Fellas, hear me out. When a chick tells you, we tell you guys all the time, when a chick says, I ain't been in no relationship for 4 years, I've been single for 4 years, it doesn't mean that she's not fucking somebody. I gotta pay attention. I gotta pay attention, man.
Does that guy have an option?
My baby daddy. It's my last baby daddy.
So
this is the reason. This is another reason why we tell y'all, don't deal with single moms. Because, fellas, listen to me, man. Listen to me. I want to make some calls. Any woman I've ever dealt with there's two things that have to happen. If she has a child's father, that's already a sticky situation. But I always say this. Always have a woman change her number. If her number is still the same for the past 10, 20 years, hear me out. That means that all of the men in her past, they have access to her and she still has access to them. But it's worse when they have a child's father that you can't get rid of. Look, she slept with her child's father, and he was the one that was playing games. Fellas, y'all gotta learn to listen. You gotta learn to listen. Y'all not understanding, man. Y'all not understanding, B.
This is the 3-year-old
Yeah.
Jack.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is why I always ask. People always say, "Why do I want to know the ages?" Because normally, and I only ask this question if you guys have figured it out. Whenever you tell me children under five, I always ask why it didn't work, because it seems that if a child's under the age of 5, there could potentially be still sexual relations with the child's father.
Yep.
So a month ago, it was only 30 days ago, your baby daddy's not going anywhere. This is a man that is a part of your life. So what would you say?
I wish, bro, I just said this. And fellas, just in case, the reason why I say make her change her number is because now if those guys ever reach back out to her, you already know that she gave them access. See, y'all guys, some of y'all guys are probably like, what? Damn, nigga, y'all don't know how to take control. Y'all don't know how to be men. Y'all dudes is scared. You scared of your woman. Your woman, what does this guy say? He always says, he goes, she got your balls. She got your balls. Grow some balls, but she got your balls. That's the problem. Y'all dudes is scared. Y'all scared. I ain't never scared. But let's keep rocking and rolling. But look back to what she said. She said, usually when it's younger kids, the men are going to have still a lot of access to these women.
Because you were saying a lot of things that were wise, and I was very impressed how much you have matured.
Right.
It seems as wiser you are. But for a man that's watching right now, he would take that as you still sleep with your baby daddy.
Right.
Right.
I literally just said that before Kendra said it. It's crazy.
Details make.
So what would be your response to that?
I mean, I don't have to, like, I would be willing to cut them off. Like, I don't have to sleep with them. I just kind of just comfortable, like, up.
Thank you. Fellas, I was waiting to see if she was going to say that. Women tend to go backwards to find comfort. They don't go forward. This is the reason why you make them change their number, because you make sure that they get rid of all that. Why? Fellas, listen to what I'm going to say to you. Women always go back because they already fucked that guy. They already know what his body's like. They already know what to expect. So it's easier for them to go forward than to woman up, and it's easier for them to go backwards and to be a boss up chick and move forward. This is why. For some of y'all who are like, yo, some of y'all call me True, some of y'all call me Mike, some of y'all call me Cash. For some of y'all who are like, yo, Mike, yo, True, you bugging. She just told on herself. So don't question me. Everything I speak about on this channel is written in stone, damn near.
Up here is horrible. Men are horrible where I'm from. Like, it ain't no good men, so.
Did you hear what she just said? I told y'all in my last video, never deal with women who think that sex is just a chore. It's like, it's nothing. Like she said, it ain't nothing to me. This is brokenness. Y'all. I don't get it.
Well, let me say this. I I think this goes on the board for both, because I hear men say this about women, and obviously just said it about men. I think what we have to start being honest with is, are we attracting the person that we consider to be good, right?
Right.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna say there's no good men, and I know for sure the saying is not true where there's no good women. I know so many great women, right? And I've seen both on the show, good and bad. I think what we have to start realizing is our true assessment and what we bring, and if what we consider to be good, are they willing to sign up for it? Because like a man to hear you, because I mean, listen, I mean, life happens, right? And I think we have to have more grace in that area of life happening. But the fact that you still see what your child's father shows that, okay, there's still some things you have to work on, because I understand that you're saying you don't have a lot of choices and it's your baby daddy. And I understand this not just for women with their baby daddies. A lot of women have the notion of, I don't want to increase my body count. So I don't like him, but I'm still going to sleep with him because it's better to sleep with a guy I once slept with than a new guy. And I get the logic of that. But
She's speaking facts. Some women think like, instead of me adding more bodies on me, let me go back. But it's worse. It's worse.
This is what men have said. If you want to be a wife, and men, if you want to be a husband, maybe you can listen too. You have to act as such, right? And if these men are not options to be your husband and that's what you're seeking, then figure out a way to stop having sex with them, so you can really know that he's not even a sexual option.
And you know what it is too? I like that Kendra's taking her time and she's speaking real talk, because most women don't get the opportunity. Now, I want you guys to understand. Look at her demeanor. Look how when she first started, she was up. But now when Kendra's really being a real sister to her, she's kind of frumped over and she's kind of down now. When in fact, she should be sitting up like, give me that information, because I clearly can't get it from nowhere. But thank you, sister, for giving it to me. Like some of you brothers, that guys are so fucking ungrateful. I got men like me, men out here. Listen to me. I'm living the life that you guys wish you had. You, hear me out. There are some guys who actually know me that are subscribed to this channel, and they know me. They know. I ain't out here faking jacks like the rest of these niggas. They know me. This is the reason why I could speak with the level of confidence that I speak on. I speak with. See what I'm saying? I don't get it, man.
I know it's going to be difficult because every woman has needs, right? And you have a young child together. But if you want to meet somebody new, that's something that only you can make the decision for. And let me say this too. The road ain't easy, okay? Like when you start saying, okay, I'm going to be very, very cautious of who I lay down with, you're really going to start to see, okay, who can you build a life with? Because I'm not saying tomorrow you're going to meet the perfect man and now you have sex. It might be months. It really might. It might be months before you meet a man that you can align yourself with, which means you may have to go without sex for a minute until that man shows up. Now, if you know yourself and you know you can't, that's on you, right? I can't say nothing to that. I can't say anything to that. But you also then have to own up to the fact that my sex drive was more important, or I didn't have enough discipline to control that until I met the right man. Therefore, this is what I am dealing with.
Now, I will say this. This is the reason why a lot of women will remain single, y'all. I like that Kendra's just keeping it 1,000. You see, fellas, I want y'all to understand something. A woman being a wife isn't when she gets a ring on her finger. When I meet her, hear me out, y'all, hear me out. When I meet a woman, I should already see them. I should already see the wife qualities. I should be able to already know. If I can't, you ain't a wife quality. It ain't you, mama. I'm sorry. It's not you.
That's a more accurate assessment than there's no good men.
I understand.
Okay, got you. All right, baby girl. What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
Choosing men.
I'm impatient at times.
Whoa.
I wish I had better lighting. It's horrible. Let me try to go over it. I'm sorry. It's horrible. Is that better?
It's because you don't keep your hat on, but your hat is blocking it. So you want the light to be in your face. So is there a way that you can put the light in your face?
Let me see where I can. That'd be better.
There you go.
Maybe this would be better. Is that better?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
I'm impatient. I do like to argue. And
wow.
Well, not necessarily like to argue. I'm just very I feel like I'm a very defensive person. I'm not gonna lie. Like
she's
I'm
combative.
Very defensive and
Hey, big shout out to her, man. I mean, I know her and her team, you know what I'm saying? My vocal coach actually vocal trained her, so big shout out to her. Shout out to her. She's a monster. She's a beast.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
trying to think. What's the 3rd flaw? I guess me having 3 baby daddies would be one of my flaws.
See, pick your men. Thank you.
And again, with that being said, let me just kind of piggyback on that. You're definitely not saying your kids are flaws because your kids are your life, and they're great. It's just being honest with as you meet a new man. And again, it's the type of guy that you guys say you want. That's something that he may potentially consider. Okay, fair enough. All right, Naquita.
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
There you go. Okay. You told me you would date 29 to 35. You don't want any more kids.
Some message requests is coming through.
You told me you date 29 to 35 and you want to have kids because you don't want any more kids, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, sweetheart?
I'm very kind-hearted. Like I love very hard. Like once I get attached to you or whatever, like you ain't got to worry about nobody else. I'm very loyal. Like you can trust me behind your back. Like if somebody was to say something about you behind your back, like I'm gonna be the person that stand up for you. Like a person would even feel comfortable talking about you to me.
But she's not even trustworthy to herself. Like she has to first exercise that to herself. That's how people would be able to see. Like
or anything like that. Like I'm very, very loyal and just loving and caring. Like I'm just a good person. Like once I get somebody, like I be down for them.
Okay. Stop moving the phone, sweetheart. Do you co-parent well with your children's dads?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, do you think there'll be any drama with your new man in them?
Nah, I keep them out my business.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Naquita.
Yes, ma'am.
Naquita, because I keep saying Naquita. That's why I'm pausing.
It's kind of how it's spelled, though.
Naquita, North Carolina. She works from home as a Libra. 29, mom to 4. How can the guy reach out to you, honey?
All right, we're going to stop it right there. Hear me out. Before I let y'all go, man. Ladies, I got to make better decisions. Hear me out. One thing that y'all got to do is this. Men have the time to make up for their mistakes. God didn't bless y'all with the same thing. But what God gave y'all is something called beauty. You're supposed to use this beauty to acquire the best man possible and stay with that man. Hear me out. My wife, when I met her, she was much younger than me. She's like 10 years. But even now, she gave me a beautiful child. But there's something about looking at her and always remembering my lady's beautiful. Like, I always tell y'all guys, if y'all see my son's face, if you really look at my son's face, you will see my son looks like his mom. I keep telling y'all, women and kids see my son in the street and they're like, why is this kid so beautiful? Whose baby is this? And people laugh because then they see his mom and they're like, got it. It makes sense. I got it. It makes sense. But that's something to remember. There is something about a man growing older with the woman. And you know she's getting older, but you still look at her like she's the most beautiful woman in the world because you remember when you had her when she was young and she was the hottest thing smoking on the block. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying, man. It's cool. I lost some of y'all. It's cool. It is what it is, man. Whatever. Hey, look. I'm your host, Michael May. Thank you for being here at the Hear Me Out podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video, turn notifications. Y'all already know. Until next time, we out.